Hey, Sunshine Yogis, welcome. I know it's been a hot minute since I've posted a video, but I'm coming back at you today with a session all about core. This is my own personal practice. It's something that I do when I wake up. I generally try to knock the core out first thing in the morning. It's a great way to strengthen not only your body, but your mind-body connection. The core is the seat of our self-worth. It's our center, right? It's where we hold our center of strength and our gut instincts. And it helps support us physically, of course, from our posture to our ability to sit. But it also helps us like on an emotional level, strong core. We can find our resiliency, right, when we need it in times of challenge. So a really wonderful mind-body connection with the core. So no props needed. You may find it a little bit challenging. Core is a four-letter word, and a lot of times we like to avoid doing the work. But there's a lot of satisfaction there when we can strengthen it and feel good about what we can do. So just do your best, right? Always leave judgment aside when you get onto your mat and just do what your body allows you to do. And know that every time you come to your mat, it's a new day, a new situation, new conditions, but you're always welcome there, right? The mat always welcomes you. So no props required. We'll just start in the center of our mats and sit right in the middle. We're going to go ahead and bend our knees, placing the soles of the feet on the floor. Grab onto your shins just below your kneecaps, and let's warm up the spine. So when I wake up in the morning and I just roll off onto my mat, I want to kind of give my body a little juice. So I start with these seated cow and cats. So as you inhale, just pull your chest forward, drop your shoulders back, lift the center of your heart, and feel that extension from your tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, roll yourself back, and scoop out your belly here. You want to feel a rounding in your spine, and you want to feel your shoulder blades separating on your back. We're just going to move between those two poses. Inhaling, we find extension. This can feel really, really good. First thing in the morning, wrapping the shoulder blades back behind you. Exhaling, rounding back, hollowing out the belly button, allowing the chin to tuck towards the chest. And you can move at your own pace if you feel like you need to kind of hang out in one pose longer than the other. Please do so, right? This is your practice. And first thing in the morning, if you're doing this, you could feel a little creaky, a little sticky, and you might want to go a little bit slower. Maybe at the end of the day, when you've got a little bit more fire in the body, you might want to go a little bit faster. Again, just modify according to how you feel and what your body needs. The next time you come upright, we're going to balance on those sit bones. So lean back just a little bit. Place your hands behind your thighs and lift your shins up so that they're parallel to the floor. Now, if you're having balance issues, you can take your hands back behind you, elbows bent, wrapping those shoulders back for a little bit more support. You should feel those lower abdominals already engaged and turned on. We're going to go ahead and, if we can, release the hands forward. Again, they can stay back if you need that. And then just simple toe taps, alternating one toe and then the other, gently touching down and bringing them back to parallel. So feeling those lower abdominals engaged and turned on. Keeping our chest lifted, so we're not rounding our backs here, but we're lifting from the heart center. Makes it a little bit more challenging. This is harder than it looks. It's a great way to wake up those lower abdominal muscles. Let's do another round. 2, 3, 4. Come back so that both feet are parallel. And now you're going to flex your feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you come back to hover, arms overhead. Inhale, pull yourself back up. This is called Navasana, boat pose. Exhale, you're going to lower down and hover over the mat, arms overhead. Inhale, come up. Now, if arms overhead are too much, just keep the arms alongside of you. Exhale to go down. Inhale, using strong core to lift. Exhale to take it down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to lift. And you can do as many rounds as you want. Inhale, lift. And now exhale, lower. Bring the arms overhead if they aren't already, and start to flutter your feet. So your whole body is just floating over the mat, anchoring through that tailbone, really getting a nice workout in the core here. Arms overhead, making this a little more challenging. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees into the chest. Woo! Definitely feel some fire with that. Go ahead and rock from side to side. Let your abdominal muscles relax. Oh yeah, you should feel a little more awake. I know I do. Good, and then go ahead and bring your legs to tabletop. Now bring the arms out to the side in a cactus shape if you'd like, or alongside of you. And now we're just gonna tap our heels down, alternating again like we did, but using heels instead of toes. So the shins come back to parallel in that tabletop position. Your legs are parallel to one another. And again, we're just isolating those lower abdominal muscles. You should definitely feel this. Again, it looks easier than it is. Breathe, really tapping into a steady breath here and finding your center. So energy radiating out from that turned on and engaged core, feeling your quadriceps working as well. All right, let's do 1 more each side. And then bring it back. Good. Now, keeping the legs glued together and in this 90-degree position, just roll them off to the right. So your shoulders stay glued to the mat. We're just hovering the thighs over the mat, starting to stretch out our oblique muscles, part of that abdominal chain. Use your core muscles to pull you back to center, and then roll over to the other side. Again, we're hovering, our feet are flexed. The legs are glued tight together. That right oblique turning on here. And then back to center, and let's just go from side to side at your pace. Use your breath. On the exhale, you take it off to one side. On the inhale, you bring it back to center. So the challenge here is to hover, right? We're not releasing all the way down to the floor or the mat, but we're hovering and holding, feeling that engagement, feeling that oblique working on both sides. Really good for the waistline, keeping us nice and toned and trim. Beautiful. And come back to center. Now, keeping the tabletop position, we're going to bring the arms straight up. This is called the dead bug series, and this is really good too for alternating left and right side and bringing the brain hemisphere into it. Left and right side of the brain working as we strengthen not only our core but our back body. So with an inhale, just find your center, drop down into the spine and the tailbone. As you exhale, the right leg is going to go forward and the left arm is going to go back. Inhale back to center. Switch, left leg forward, right arm back, okay? So a little bit of yoga for the brain too, as we alternate, bringing it back to center, finding your core and moving from that place. Once you tap into that, you'll find the beauty of this exercise, right? Feeling yourself gliding left and right side as we lengthen and open up on that diagonal, right? Helping to work our brain as well, left and right side. It's a really strong exercise. And if you have problems doing this like on your hands and knees, which is called bird dog, then this is the modification. Flipping onto your back and doing this sequence on your back. So you should feel this in your core, maybe feeling it in your quadriceps and your legs as we're just hovering and alternating. Nice job, guys. Let's do 1 more. Beautiful. And then bring it into center. Give yourself a nice hug. Oh yeah, definitely felt that. Nice. And then extend both legs up to the sky. Flex your feet. Bring your arms out again to cactus or to a T, just to anchor yourself down. As you inhale, I want you to bend your knees. Bring them close to the chest. As you exhale, push your legs out, hover, and then bring them up and overhead. That's one round. Inhale, pull the knees in. Exhale, press the heels away, and then lift using your core. Good. Again, inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, push out, lift up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push out and lift up. One more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press the heels away and then lift up using your core. And now we're going to reverse that, doing the same thing in reverse. So take a deep breath in, lower the legs, let them hover. Exhale, pull the knees into the chest and straighten overhead. Inhale, lower to hover. Exhale, knees to chest, straighten and press the soles of the feet to the sky. Inhale, lower and hover. Exhale, knees to chest, extend the legs. Inhale, lower to hover. Who's feeling this? Exhale, knees to chest and extend. Last time, inhale, lower, hover, feel that. Exhale, knees to chest and re-extend the legs up to the sky. Nice. Circle out your ankles. Go a little bit floppy with the legs. And then bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. Let's reach for the backs of our heels or our ankles, feet in line with the sit bones, and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you want to peel your tailbone and your spine off the mat, coming into bridge pose, a nice way to just stretch out the front of the hips here. You can walk your shoulder blades close to one another, interlace the hands, and press into the backs of the arms to lift the chest a little bit higher. Draw your knees away from you, lengthening the front of the hips. And gently tuck your tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Feeling a nice lengthening and stretching along the front of the body. One more breath. Abs even getting a nice stretch, belly getting a stretch. As you exhale, release your bind and just slowly roll the spine down. Very nice. All right, let's flip onto our left side or right side if you're facing me. And we're going to come on to our left forearm. You want your elbow to be placed underneath your shoulder. Outstretch your legs and stack your feet or stagger them. We're coming into a forearm side plank here. So we're going to work those abdominal oblique muscles again. You're also welcome to keep your bottom knee bent and just to keep it on the ground. So that would look like this, right? You can even place that foot in front, or both legs lifted, feet staggered, or the most challenging, feet stacked, okay? So this is where we're working that side waist muscle. So begin here. You can bring your right hand to your right hip, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're gonna press yourself up using your side waist muscles. So lifting the hips, you're gonna breathe. Maybe you feel confident enough to extend that right arm overhead. Wherever you are, breathe and keep lifting from that lower rib cage. Take a breath in. Let's take a little twist as you thread that right arm underneath you and behind. Inhale as you open the chest. Exhale, take a little thread. One more time, open the chest and thread it through. Good. Now switching sides, the right forearm comes down. You're just going to roll to the opposite side and then figure out what form works best for you here. Check for your alignment. Right shoulder over right elbow, left hand to left hip, pressing up from your obliques on that right side. Maybe the left arm lifts overhead. Feeling this as we build our strength. Keep your breath steady. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's find a little thread. Wrapping underneath your right side. Inhale to lift. And exhale to thread it through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread it through. And then coming on to both forearms. Interlace your hands, make a little tripod. Tuck your toes under. Press your heels away from you. And find yourself in forearm plank. Modification, drop the knees. Breathe here as you hug everything into the center. Feel your outer hips press in. Feel your navel pull in and up. Push into your forearms. Spread your shoulder blades on your back. Draw your tailbone towards your heels and breathe. Feel the strength you're creating in your body. One more breath. And then exhale to release all the way down. Nice work. Untuck the toes and extend your arms long in front of you. Take a moment here to just stretch out, dropping the forehead to the mat and wiggle your hips from side to side. Release any tension and take a few cleansing breaths. Notice how much warmer you're already feeling. And we're going to work with that right and left side once again here, helping to bring some strength to the back body. Front and back body working together. So coming to stillness, let's lift the right leg, point the toes back behind you, and lift the left arm. Feel extension on the diagonal. Reaching the flesh of your buttocks out towards your heel. Lengthen and release. Other side, left leg, right arm. Point your toes. Feel that connection from fingertips to toes. Reach and release. Again, right leg, left arm. Extend. Release. Opposite side. Left leg, right arm. And release. Both legs now just reach back, lifting, engaging, and release. And now just both arms, lift, breathe, and release. Now bringing that all together, let's see if we can bring arms and legs up at the same, at the same time. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale to lift. Hold and breathe. Balancing on your belly. Feeling your strength. Flying like the Superman, Superwoman that you are. Breathe in and release. Good. Hands come to the outer ribs. Press back into a child's pose. Bringing your hips towards your heels. Breathe in this rounded position. A nice counter pose for your back after those back bends. Feel where the sensation is the greatest in your body and send your breath there. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and the breath nice and even. Beautiful. Coming up now to a tabletop position. Stacking the shoulders and the wrists and the hips and the knees. A little cow-cat here, just to kind of act as a cleanser between meals. Let's inhale as the tailbone lifts and the crown of the head lifts. Find a nice arch in the spine as you soften your belly and your ribs. Exhale now as you tuck under, chin to chest, tailbone underneath. Lift your navel up towards your spine and round through your back. Good, and just move like that. Finding your rhythm. Really working with your spine and your awareness of your body. Maybe dropping the awareness into the abdominals as you move through this little sequence. Feeling the softening as you come into cow pose. And feeling the engagement as you lift your navel to your spine in cat pose. Good, now on this next one, tuck the toes under, come into your cat pose. hold here, and then on an exhale, lift just your knees and bring your shins to hover over the mat. Stay here and feel your thighs wanting to draw towards one another, right? But imagine they're hugging a block. Feel your abdominals toning here to keep you supported. Breathe. And then looking forward, we're going to pick up that right knee, tap the right elbow, bring it back. Inhale, left side tap and back. Alternating right and back, left and back. Right, toes down, left, toes down. One more round, right tap, back, left tap, and back. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, press back. Find downward facing dog. Woo! I don't know about you guys, but I definitely felt that. That little hovering tabletop with taps. Let's stretch out our hamstrings. Go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Making this your down dog, whatever feels good. Feet about hips width distance apart here. Press evenly into your hands, lengthen your spine. Bring your hips up nice and high. On your next breath in, let's come forward into plank pose. Get nice and long here. Again, modification, knees can be down. Exhale from your core, pull back. So you're gonna lift your hips as if there were a belt in front of them. Pressing back, using the core muscles to bring us into that backward motion. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Hold and breathe as you press the earth away. Exhale from the abdominals, squeeze them in, pull them back. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Again, as many reps of this as you would like. You can get into your own flow and rhythm. This is great for opening up the shoulders as well. Let's do one more. Come forward, plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Good. And then lower the knees down. And we'll take that dead bug variation on hands and knees. This is called bird dog. You guys are all familiar with this. One more opposition. Right arm, left leg, reaching out. You're going to flex that right foot, press through the inner heel, reach long through the left fingertips. Keep your neck in line with your spine. So you're looking down and forward. You're not dropping your chin to your chest, but keeping the spine nice and long, neck aligned. Feel that left and right side of the body working. And release. Other side. Left leg, right arm. Flexing the foot, driving that heel away, reaching long through the right fingertips. Feel the strength you're building. And release. Going a little faster. Right leg, left arm. Down. Left leg, right arm. And down. Alternating at your pace. Creating a little heat. A little movement. But don't go so fast that you get sloppy. Right? Stay in control of your movement. Stay in awareness of your core. Keep your focus on form and then where we're headed with this in terms of building strength in our core. Let's do one more on each side. Left leg, right arm, and release. Good. Come to sit on your heels, so bring your hips back, rest for a moment, getting off your wrists. Maybe you want to roll them out a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling more awake. And now I'll flip around so you can see where I'm going to go for a nice little hip stretch here. We're sitting on our heels. Bring your left hand back behind you. And on your next breath in, you're just going to lift that right arm overhead. Lift the hips at the same time and stretch the hips forward. Look back, down at those left fingertips, tucking the tailbone, pressing the hips forward. Relax your head and release. Switch sides. Right hand behind you, left arm up as you lift. Turn your gaze down to your right fingertips behind you as you press your hips forward and release. One more each side. Looking back at the left hand, right arm up and take it down, and opposite side. Looking back at the right hand as the left arm lifts, hips press forward and release. Very nice. Tuck the toes underneath you now as you rock forward, and let's come into a forward fold. So walk your hands back, heel toe your feet underneath your hips, and just allow the body to hang. Reversing the flow of gravity in this gentle inversion. Don't worry about how straight your legs are. Keep a bend in the knees if you need to. If the hamstrings are nice and tight, well, yeah, bend those knees. Just allow your back body to open up. It's had a little love already this morning, this evening, this afternoon, wherever you may be. Shake your head out. Let that tension go. Maybe take a little twist from side to side as you hold on to opposite elbows. Just releasing any tightness there in the low back, in the sacrum. Beautiful. And then letting it go. Very nice. Let's roll ourselves up to stand, stacking our bones mindfully, creating a nice tall spine as we rise, giving our shoulders a really nice rolling out. Beautiful. Take your arms overhead. Let's reach for that left wrist with the right hand. I know you can't see my hands. We're just going to take a side stretch to the right, pulling that left wrist over to the right side as we press those hips to the left. We open up our rib cage on that side. Lifting up, we're going to switch over to the other side. Stretch out that right side body. Oh, yeah. Good. And then bringing it to center. Release the arms down. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Take a moment here with eyes closed to just settle in and notice the changes in your body. Notice any fire in the belly, right? Are we feeling stronger, more aware, more awake? Keeping up with this practice on a regular basis, you'll notice very quickly how much progress you make, and that should bring you great satisfaction. Keeping the body strong, the mind connected, right? Tapping into our emotional strength as well. Beautiful. It was my honor to guide you today. Thank you for joining me. Bringing the thumbs to the third eye center, let's just bow to one another as we acknowledge the light within us all. Namaste, friends. Thank you so much. I hope this video served you well, and I look forward to seeing you on this platform again soon. Namaste.